Time in YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon TCGO Battles. If you guys are hyped and ready for this episode, make sure to hit that like button because it is greatly appreciated. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content, that you want more of the content, and that I need to create more content. Anyways, we are taking on Papa Blastoise. A link to his channel will be in the description below, so make sure to check him out because he's got a pretty nifty channel, if I do say so myself. We are going to send this invitation. Now, we have tried this twice already. Once we got destroyed by maintenance, and then some glitch happened in our second one, and he ran out of time. So, this is our third attempt. I do know the deck he's running. It is a Bapeachu Yanmega BREAK deck, and we are running Volcanion. So, we do technically have the advantage here, but this is going to be a best 2 of 3 set. Hopefully, we can have some pretty good matches. He actually... I would have classified it as he beat me last game. But, again, we don't have the luxury of seeing that, as it did not happen yet. So, here we go. Again, this is best 2 of 3 of the current on-set, what we're going to see right now. Alright, here we go. I have probably the worst start I've ever had with this deck. Not that Flareon in the lead is a bad card, it's just, it's my attacker and I can't set up. Alright, so we have a Volcanion down. We have a Fire Energy now on Flareon. We can go for a Trainer's Mail. I'm going to grab the Max Elixir, who I will use right away, and I do grab one. I can then Flash Fire beforehand. Before anything happens on my opponent's side, I want all those energies on my Flareon. So we see a Trainer's Mail. I'm going to grab that Fighting Fury Belt. Go with the Flareon there. I was about to drop it on that Volcanion-EX, and that would have been a no-no. We're gonna go with the N. As much as I could have gone for the Sycamore, I don't want to waste the VS Seeker if I don't have to. This is nice. I can actually go straight into a Volcanion. I'll be able to set it up following turn, but that is all I can do. I cannot attack as it is just first turn. My opponent has a Yanma in the front, and if it gets the Forest of Giant Plants, he'll be able, as he does, he'll be able to probably get all the way up to Yanmega BREAK if he has all the cards necessary in his hand. He has an Ultra Ball, Ditches of Forest, and a Grass Energy for a Shaman Full Art. Now those cards are freaking gorgeous. I have not been able to get one of them on here. I'm still borrowing one from another gentleman, which I do have to return at some point, but I am borrowing it for another deck for next week, so that's the hard part about Shamans, is you always need them. He manages to get himself back up to 6 after playing an Unknown as well. He plays another Unknown. Those Unknowns are great as they do boost the Vespiquen's damage output later in the match, so we gotta be careful on that. Down goes the Unknown. Down goes another one with the Farewell Letter ability. And depending on what we see now, we see a Klefki. Klefkis are amazing, as in his deck, they give a protection from Mega Pokemon. Now, they're not going to do anything in our match, as, again, they do not do anything. Wonderlock only protects them from Megas. We only have Basics, no Megas whatsoever. We see an Ultra Ball come down. Lysander and Yanmega hit the discard pile. Going for a Shaman, so no evolutions at this point, which is fine by me. Maybe having a bad turn of events here, but he does drop a double colorless energy onto the Combee and plays another Shaman. So he's gonna draw a bunch of cards. The Klefki got played. He did not. He has not attached it, but he might save that for later. Goes for an Acrobike. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Pick one and discard the other. So Unknown has hit the discard. He gets a Yanmega, which is bad for us. If he's got the break, he'll definitely be evolving now, and then he can actually hit me for 120 damage. Goes for the Wonderlock. Decides to attach it to the Shaman. Does not get to knock it out just yet, but we'll see what happens here. I do need to take out this Yanmega before it evolves, but it may not happen. Our friend here is halfway through. He doesn't need it. Oh, there he goes. He's got 120. He doesn't need Yanmega BREAK. He just needs to attack. So we have another Flareon here, so we will attach it there. We are going to grab the energy here. Now, am I in range of knocking this thing out? 5, 6, it's 6 and 11. I can knock it out, but he'll be able to knock me out the following turn. Well, at this point, I'm going to shut off abilities, go for the Hex Maniac, and I'm going to go for the attack. Blaze Ball should be able to knock this thing out, as it does, increase to 120. We're going to claim the first prize of this game, but that's not going to be the best thing for us. We do get a Fire Energy, which is kind of crucial. It'll give us the ability to attack with the Volcanion, which is going to be the next attacker I bring up. I'm hoping to slow down my opponent, as he does have the Hex Maniac on him right now. He cannot play any abilities. Down goes the Combi. The Shaman does not get your ability, my friend. That is why Hex Maniac is so good. He's wasted his space for nothing at that point. We see a Psychic's third eye. He gets to see my hand, sees that there's not much in it. And he gets to discard both his cards, which is going to be a Hex Maniac and a Forest of Giant Plants for 2 additional cards. Now, if I can draw a Stadium, that'll be huge right now, because I can grab 2 energies, get the Stadium, draw a few cards. He's going to Escape Rope. I'm going to opt to go into my Volcanion, which I'm alright doing with. He knows I've got energies. He switches into the Yanma. Now I'm hoping for a card to get me Pokemon. We got a Trainer's Mail. What are we getting off this Trainer's Mail? You know what? I'm interested to go for an Escape Rope and Sycamore. That is what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get that Sycamore. I don't need the Pokemon Ranger in my hand at the moment. We are gonna go for a Professor's Letter. Grab 2 of these bad boys. We can drop... If I drop 1... We're gonna drop this Flareon. Drop an energy here. We're gonna go for an Escape Rope. What does he bring in? What does he bring in? He brings in a Combi. We're gonna go into our weakened Flareon. I am gonna Sycamore those energies away. As much as it seems weird, I still will be able to get them back. We are going to attach a Fighting Fury Belt to our other Flareon-EX, and we're going to get rid of that Forest of Giant Plants. There we go. A Trainer's Mail will get us an Ultra Ball. But at this point, I might almost want to save them for the Shaman. Let's hold on to them. I'm going to just go for the attack here. And we will claim our second prize, 240 damage to the Combi. Not much else I could do there. We get a Volcanion-EX, which is exactly what it's going to Ultra Ball for, so I don't have to waste those beautiful, beautiful cards. I just can go ahead and play it. Just no energies at the moment in my hand. We have just 2 of them in the discard. A Yanmega BREAK comes up, or sorry, a Yanma comes up, but unless he can actually draw cards right now, he's not playing much. He goes for the Combi, Does he? No, he decides to end his turn. So we're going to go for a max elixir, see if I can get a fire energy, and I do not. We're going to drop. I don't need the Volcanion just yet. We're going to actually opt to go with the Ultra Ball removal. And I'll net another Shaman. No. Let's go with the Volcanion. At least this way I know I have 2 of them in my hand. As I do go for the Shaman, I'm looking for fire energy. Looking for fire energy at this point. I do get one, which is gorgeous. I'm going to drop one right here onto the Volcanion. And we are going to go and knock ourselves out a Combi, which will be great because I don't have to worry about this attacker. Just finally setting up. Blaze Ball is the next one. Take it out, 240. We are claiming prize after prize. We get an N, which doesn't help us too much here. He's going to go into Yanmega. He does not want to opt to give me a Shaman at this time. This will probably be, unless he can get more cards, this is a really bad game for him. Gets a Spinnerack down, and goes for a Judge. That is perfect for him. That means our cards all go back in, we get 4 cards, and he can go for the attack, which actually kind of works in our favor. So if I can get myself some energy, it was kind of a bad turn of events there. But we're going to go into our Volcanion. We get an energy drop, so I can go for the attack on Flareon. Or do I do more damage? I want to take out the prize, and then I can easily go for a Shaman after. So I'm going to opt to sacrifice my energy. We're going to Shaman. Gonna see if I can get an energy from this max elixir. I do, so that Flareon's still getting that energy that he was looking for. Beautiful. We'll be able to attack with it next turn. And now we are going to go for that power heater. We're going to actually knock out the Spinnerack here. And we're going to set up our Flareon and our Volcanion just in case the current one we have goes down. And we're going to take a prize. Now with the good old Lysander in the discard pile, as long as I have Flareon, I should be able to take out a Shaman. And that will be good game on this match. If I could get a Float Stone, that will be amazing for Volcanion because I can get it out of the active position. He's only got the Yanmega right now to attack. He does have a good size hand though, I'm not gonna lie, which in his case could be both good and bad. If he can't play all those cards, oh, he's getting down. He's gonna get down. He'll be alright. So he ditches 2, he's down to 4. He just needs to draw 1 card from that Ultra Ball. He's got a lot of Pokemon in there. But he needs a lot of cards to get himself really back into the momentum of this game. We take out that Yanmega, we could technically stop him. But I'm also going to go for the Shaman because I have enough damage just off of 1 Flareon to knock it out. So if I can draw 1 more energy, and we have 5 on the table, and 4 in here, so there is 2 more energy floating around. Just gotta find him. He decides to drop a Combi down, so he's looking for that Vespiquen. He knows that this is the end game where he can easily come back if he's got it. Goes for a Sycamore. He's got not a few. He actually had the Vespiquen, but he did not have the Forest of Giant Plants. Goes for the Yanmega BREAK, which will give it a higher HP bonus. But again, I'm not worried. I'd actually prefer if you could take out my Volcanion, as my Flareon can come up and one-shot the Shaman, no problem. So down goes a double colorless energy and another Yanma. He has the ability to attack us now, but he's probably going to go for the barrier break 100 damage. Flat out. Easy. Now I'm looking for an energy. We do not get one. We do not get one. How do I work this into my favor? I can go for the Lysander. Pull it out anyway. And we can go for some damage onto that Shaman. Hopefully getting a little bit of work up here. I am going to go for that Fighting Fury Belt onto the Volcanion. As much as it seems like a wasted play, it actually gives me the opportunity there to maybe stay alive from a Sky Return. So we're going to go for a Power Heater. It'll do 20 damage. But I'll get a couple more energy onto the bench. Go 1 and 2. And unless he's got an energy to get this thing out, it is stuck up here. It is stuck up here, taking the damage from... Oh, he does have the double colorless energy. Does he retreat, or does he go for the Sky Return? This is why you put Fighting Fury Belt down. It would have given him a knockout. But it's still a tight game. Like, if he can pull this around, like, goes for the Lysander of his own. This is actually a great play on his part. Goes for a Sky Return. Now he can bounce it back to his hand. And he'll bring up that Yanmega BREAK. As he does. And I can't seem to get rid of these Scorched Earths. We have 14 cards left. I'm going to go for an Ultra Ball and see what we have in there. I'm going to ditch the Volcanion and a Scorched Earth. We have the Ultra Ball, Volcanion, Hoopa. We do have both energies and Floatstone still in here. There are ways of us actually taking this win. I'm going to opt to actually... Can I knock that thing out right now? I'm going to opt to go for the Sycamore. Hoping for my tool cards here. We do get them. And a VS Seeker. And I can actually pull both energies here. So 1, 2. We'll be putting a Floatstone down on Shaman. So we can get Shaman out of there. Retreat down into the Flareon. And we have what? Is it 2, 4, 6, 8? And 5 is 13. That's 140 on the spot. I think we just go for it. Because I don't have the ability to knock him. We're going to go for it. There we go. 140. We take out that Yanmega BREAK. I know we're feeding the Combi in the back. But he needs to take out 2 EXs still. And I'm 1 energy away from a Steam Artillery here. Which will still take out this good old Shaman. Because I have an energy backup for Steam Up. So I should have this. Bursting Balloon. Very nice play. Not something that you're hoping to see though, because I ain't worried about that thing. Not when I'm at 1 prize. We see a Shaman drop. He's only got 8 cards left. We only have 5, so this is actually a very stalled out game, considering the fact that I did have advantage. He has put in the pressure. He hasn't had the ability to actually attack, because we do so much more damage due to advantage, or type advantage. So he's not been able to play on the offensive. He's had to play defensively this entire game. And here we go. He ditched an Ariados. He's looking for another card. He's looking for that Vespa Queen. He's only got 2 of them gone. 2 of them must be prized. 2 of them must be prized. I do apologize. I am going to take a drink here. One thing that I have noticed is my throat does get a little dry. This is going to be final game here. This is going to be it for the first game. Volcanion does get game number 1. We are going to go into game number 2 here, though. He has the ability, like you guys have seen, he has the ability to beat us. So this isn't just a one-sided match. If he can get advantage turn 1 or 2, we're going to fall flat. So let's see how game number 2 proves, and will he be able to come back with a win? Alright guys, we're going into game number 2. Waiting for our opponent to load in here. We are gonna see, can Mr. Papa Blastoise come back and take game number 2? This is gonna be a long match otherwise. This is a good match though, like a very nice, tight. We are winning this coin flip, and I do want to go I do want to go second, so I do not want to go first. This gives me the opportunity to attack if I get Volcanion turn 1. Wrong Volcanion. This is not a good start. This Volcanion's supposed to be on the bench. We are going to opt to go with some energy. We have no basics to put on additionally. He's got 1. Alright. He's got a Spinarak and Yanma. So he'll be able to poison us turn 1 unless we can get the Floatstone, which will get us out of there. And we need a lot of cards to start up this game 2. This game 2 is not looking good. The Flareon lead was way better than a Volcanion-EX lead. Don't get me wrong, this card is going to be able to do damage, but I need 3 energies before I can do it. And I'd rather put those precious energies onto a Pokemon that doesn't need as much, or may need the same, but can benefit from it more. Because I can't even attack with it twice. Goes for a Shaman after ditching the Hex Maniac and the Lysander. Hex Maniac, just so you guys know, was this huge thing to beat me right now. I may not have ditched that. I may have Hex Maniac turn 1 to stall me out. He does get that Forest of Giant Plants, gets the Yanmega. He'll actually be able to attack me for 100, that'll be just 50 damage, because I have no tool cards. Oh, he can't attack this turn. Right. Right. Acrobike. We see another Yanma. This time he's got a lot of good field advantage here. He's got tons of stuff going for him. I really should have gone first here. I'm starting to regret it because I could have gotten an early attack off, but I got the wrong startup. He has a Yanmega BREAK turn 1. Look at that beautiful golden bug. Look at that golden bug. Just, you know he's coming out to get me. You know he's coming out to get me right now. He means vengeance for game 1. He means it. We are going to get rid of that Forest of Giant Plants right now. I am opting to put an energy on... I'm going to opt to put an energy on this Volcanion. We're going to go for a Max Elixir. This seems weird, but if I can get these cards up and out without wasting them due to the Sycamore, I'm going to use them. Now, did we get a Pokemon? We did. We did not get any of the tools I'm looking for, though. So we're going to go for a Volcanion. We're going for Trainer's Mail, not a Volcanion. Super Rod is not the supporter that we're... the item we're looking for. Another Trainer's Mail. Come on! We get an Ultra Ball. I'll take it. Utilities matter here. We're going to go for another Trainer's Mail. I get an Escape Rope, which is huge. But we are going to sacrifice as Fire Energy here. I need to get a Fire Energy or the Floatstone. Actually, what I'm looking for is a Max Elixir. Can I get a Max Elixir here? Nope, I cannot. We are going to go... Do we have a supporter? We do not. We're going to take the N. We have already Sycamored this turn. Alright, I'm going to hold on to my Floatstone. I'm going to ditch the Super Rod and the Fire Energy, because I do have the Professor's Letter right now. So I'm going to grab my Flareon, at least get my attacker going. I can steal that energy that's on the main one. And this way, if for whatever reason he tries to go to knock out my Volcanion-EX, I'm not at a bad disadvantage. I at least have the energy. I can still go up with the Volcanion-EX, or the regular Volcanion on the next turn, and kind of windle myself back into this game. But I'm in a bad position. Like, my opponent has the ability to attack. He's got a Combi that's set up. He can evolve that Ariados this following turn. Like, there's so much, and he's gonna go for that Lysander. He's gonna bring up my Flareon, force it into the active position so he can try and knock it out early. He's going for a Bursting Balloon, which is fine. I can't attack anyway. Goes for the Barrier Break, and if he gets another attack off before I can go, it's gonna be GG on that Flareon. Let's see here. We're gonna go for the escape rope. See what he goes into. I'm not gonna be worried about the bursting balloon now, which is really good for us. He's gonna opt to sacrifice his Yanma as we go into Volcanion. I'm going to Professor's Letta, grab 2 fire energy. And we're gonna go for 1 onto the Volcanion. Do we Fisherman? How many energies do I have in there already? 3. I don't need a Fisherman. And I really don't need to do the extra damage right now. I'm gonna opt to sacrifice my fire energy. I get another one, and well, I just got a whole bunch more energy. That is really all I got that turn. We're gonna go for the power heater. I'm gonna go for 1 there, and a 1 on the opposite Volcanion. Do I see myself in a bad position? Yes, I do. And the reason for that is my main attacker is actually very weakened at the moment. I've only touched, he's got another Forest of Giant Plants on hand, so he'll be able to evolve freely right now. He does get a grass energy onto this Yama, so he'll be able to go for a scout if he wants to. Or retreat even if he needs to, which is really good because he can retreat into the Yanmega BREAK and be able... He just goes for a scout. He wants to see what I've got in my hand. Fair enough. Fair enough. We get a Float Stone, which we're just going to drop Float Stones down on both of our Volcanions right now. That way neither one of them can be triggered. I don't want to set this up, but at the same time I do. We can go for a Professor's Letter, get a couple more of those fire energies out of the deck. Now I do have a Fisherman on hand. Steam up. I only need 1 steam up. Alright, we'll be able to take out this Yanma, gaining first prize momentum. And I do not need to end. As far as I know, I don't need to end right now. I want to hold on to my targets as best as I can. We are going to attach them both to the Volcanions, because I am afraid of my Flareon going down. And I don't want to have all that energy just rustled up on that. That's actually a huge prize right now. Because that means if my Flareon can get in there, I'm going to take a Shaman. I'm not even going to deny it. That'll give me a 2 prize deficit. And it'll mean I have 1 less target to knock out. This Yanmega BREAK is going to be a problem. Goes for the Farewell Letter on the Unknown, which increases his damage output on the Vespiquen. Which again, it gives him a ton of card draw without having to rely on the Shamans if he doesn't need them. Again, they are 2 cards that cannot be picked up right now. Barrier Break does 100 damage. Can we get in there right now with the Flareon? And the answer is yes. And if I can take out this threat, that will be huge. We're going to drop our energy down on Volcanion. And we're going to actually pay the retreat cost to go into Flareon. We're going to go for a Fisherman, which will net us 4... Well, it'll only net us 3 fire energies. But that is more than enough for what we need to do. So we do 150... We do 110. Right? 5 and 6, yes. So we only need one steam up. One steam up, and now we do 140 damage. We'll be able to take out this Yanmega BREAK, and that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take out the big threat, and we actually kind of come back a little bit here. If I can get another Flareon, which we get an Ultra Ball, I have that potential. We might be actually able to come back here. If he has the Combee, or if he has the Vespiquen, that will be the end of my Flareon, though. But at the same time, I'm not too threatened by... He actually opts to drop a Grass Energy down onto the Shaman. Again, we'll be able to Sycamore that up if I can. I also have the ability to almost attack with these two Volcanion-EXs if I have to. We're actually, like, again, we're not in a bad position. He does get the Vespiquen, so he'll be able to evolve this Combee into the Vespiquen. He'll be able to probably knock me out as 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He does 100 damage, which is easily able to knock me out. I have not gotten the Fighting Fury belts yet, so this Vespiquen will be able to eat me alive. But with that being said, I can come in with a Power Heater, opt to go for a Steam Up, and I'll be actually able to clean up this Vespiquen, and then the two Volcanions in back will be able to clean up the rest of this game. So that is an option. We're going to go into our Volcanion here. This is a very, very rumble kind of game. There are no energies left, so that max elixir is kind of useless. We're going to opt to put a fire energy down here. We're going to sacrifice the elixir and the N, because the N's going to be a really bad card for me, as we do go for a Flareon-EX here. And we're just going to throw that right up into the active spot. I can't drop an energy down. I have still the ability to support, but I am not going to. I'm actually going to opt to Steam Up. This will give me the ability to deal enough damage to take out this Vespiquen. Weakness for 100. We're going to set up the Flareon and one of the Volcanions. We take our third prize. We grab a Shaman, which is great for our hand support. Now, he's not out of this. Obviously, that Yama can turn into Yanmega BREAK, but he goes into a Shaman, which I'm not threatened by. He does go for an unknown drop. He may not have what he needs in his hand at this current second, but like I said, that deck he's playing can come back at a moment's notice with all the cards that he is able to draw, discard, draw, discard. He's able to get into the cards that he actually wants. This deck is playing very, very well, and again, if it wasn't for my typing, I think he'd probably be beating me here. He's going to go for a Sky Return to take out my Volcanion, which is fine. If I can grab, I can't grab an energy. This is going to be weird. We see the Spinnerack come up. I'm going to opt to go into the Volcanion. And I still will be able to clean up that other Shaman. Which is I actually got the the VS Seeker for the Fisherman. But we're going to opt to grab the Shaman out of here. I don't want him scooping them both up to take out that good old placement for us. I'm going to opt to play our own Shaman. Yes, I'd love to draw some extra cards here. There are no energies, so that is going to be a problem. But I do get that Fighting Fury belt I was looking for, and I'm getting rid of his Stadium. We do not want him evolving. And we are going to knock out this Shaman. 130 damage is 130 damage. Volcanion-EX is coming through. We only have one more prize card to take, and that should be the game. He's got a Spinnerack and a Yanma. Now, again, he can come back from this with that Yanmega BREAK. He can't knock me out, and I can't attack. I have to opt to go into Flareon, which that actually should have been a turn. I went for a Flash Fire. I made a misplay there for sure, but like I said, I have the VS Seeker. That's not a threat to me. That's not a threat to me. Alright, goes for the Forest of Giant Plants. Does he have enough to keep himself alive in this final turn? Because like I said, if I can pull a Fisherman right now, I can retreat out of this Volcanion-EX, get into my Flareon, Flash Fire away one. I can steal an energy. He's going to go for a Scout. He'll be able to see what I've got. He actually opts to go for the N, which is crucial because my hand is now skunked. I get an N. Well, that's going to be a good card for me to play. I get to trade this card in with another at the cost of a supporter. Alright. That's perfect. That's perfect. I can opt to go for... How's this go? Via Seeker. Into the Fisherman. He knows this is GG. I'm going to go into a Fisherman here. I'm going to net up all 4 of those energies. Bring them all into my hand. I'm going to retreat into the Flareon here. I'm going to Flash Fire. We'll be able to grab another energy here. We can attack! And I'm going to go for a double Steam Up to do as much damage as I can, because, you know, I can do that for the big ol' win here. And Flash Fire Flareon is going to do 180 damage. It's going to take 60, but that is going to be 2 games, guys. Shoutouts to Papa Blastoise for putting in a very stressful match. That was close. As much as the points weren't, like, all there, that was fantastic. He had a fantastic deck, and like I said, if it wasn't for the type advantage, I think I would have lost that one. I think I really would have lost that one. So, kudos to Blastoise. Fantastic game. Make sure to check out his channel. But that is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to check out Papa Blastoise's channel. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. But until then, time out.